So, the 2019 NBA draft class. This draft class has been one of the best draft classes we had in recent years, producing NBA All-Stars and all NBA level talent, and some very solid role players. So, in this video, I want to talk about the whole entire draft class, starting with the 60th pick, going all the way to the first pick. So, with that being said, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the 60th pick. The last pick in the 2019 NBA draft is a player whose name I cannot pronounce, but he was drafted by the Sacramento Kings. And right now he's currently playing for the EuroLeague. So now let's move on to the second to last pick in the 2019 NBA draft. This player was selected by the Toronto Raptors, and his name is Dwayne Hernandez. And right now the 26-year-old plays for the Rockets in the Chinese Basketball League. So now let's move on to the 58th pick in the 2019 NBA draft. With the 58th pick, the Warriors selected Mai Oni. I genuinely hope I'm saying his name right. But Mai Oni was traded to the Jazz on draft night. And right now he plays for the London Lions of the British Basketball League. So, since I started off with the first three bottom picks, let's talk about some notable players in the second round. With the 55th pick in this draft, Kyle Guy was drafted by the Knicks. With the 52nd pick, the Hornets selected Jaden McDaniels. With the 48th pick in this draft, the Clippers drafted Terrence Mann. With the 46th pick in the draft, the Magic drafted Taylor Horton Tucker. With the 44th pick, the Heat drafted Bol Bol. With the 41st pick, the Warriors drafted Eric Pascal. With the 38th pick, the Bulls drafted Daniel Gafford. And with the 31st pick, the Nets drafted Nick Claxton. So now, let's get to the first round picks. With the 30th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Kevin Porter Jr., a 6'4" guard out of USC. Right now, KPJ is currently playing for Houston Rockets, and he is seen as one of their upcoming stars. And he's having a pretty good season, averaging 18, 5, and 5. So now let's move on to the 29th pick in the draft. With the 29th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Spurs select Keldon Johnson. Right now, Keldon Johnson is still playing for the Spurs, and it looks like he's going to be a key piece for their future. This season, the 6'5" guard is averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And now on to the 28th pick in the draft. With the 28th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors select Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is a 6'4" guard coming out of Michigan. And right now he's currently on the Warriors, averaging 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. And now on to the 27th pick in the NBA draft. With the 27th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Nets draft Mfiondu. He was later traded to the Clippers. And right now the 16th big man is on a 2-way contract for the Boston Celtics. And now let's move on to the 26th pick. With the 26th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Dylan Windler, a 6'4" out of Belmont. Right now Dylan Windler is still currently on the Cleveland Cavaliers, or so it seems because he doesn't play a lot. This season the Four is averaging 2 points, 1 rebound, and 0 assists. So now let's move on to the 25th pick. With the 25th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Portland Trail Blazers select Nasir Little, a 6'5" forward out of Chapel Hill. Nasir is still currently playing for the Blazers, and this season he's averaging 6 points and 2 rebounds. So now let's move on to the 24th pick in the draft. With the 24th pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Ty Jerome, a 6'5" guard coming out of the University of Virginia. Right now the 25-year-old is playing for the Golden State Warriors, and this season he's averaging 7 points and 2 assists. And now we'll move on to the 23rd pick in 2019 draft. With the 23rd pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Darius Bazley, a 6'9" forward coming out of Princeton High School. Right now Darius Bazley is currently playing for the Phoenix Suns, where the forward is averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds. And now let's move on to the 22nd pick in the 2019 NBA draft. With the 22nd pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the Boston Celtics select Grant Williams, a 6'6" forward out of Tennessee. Right now the 24-year-old is still currently playing for the Boston Celtics, and is a key part of their team. This season he's averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds. So now let's move on to the 21st pick. With the 21st pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the OKC Thunder select Brandon Clark, a 6'8" forward out of Gonzaga. Right now, the 26-year-old is playing for the Memphis Grizzlies, and his stats are currently 10, 5, and 1. And now we move on to the top 20 picks in this draft. With the 20th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Matisse Thybulle, a 6'5" forward/slash guard out of the University of Washington. Right now, the 26-year-old is playing for the Portland Trail Blazers, and he's currently averaging 9 points and 4 rebounds. So now let's move on to the 19th pick in the draft. 19th pick at the 2019 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Luka Samanic, a 6'10" overseas hooper. And right now, the 23-year-old is currently in the G League getting buckets. And it looks like soon he'll be on the NBA roster. And now let's move on to the 18th pick. With the 18th pick at the 2019 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Goga, a 7-foot foreign big man. And right now, the 23-year-old 7-footer is averaging 4 points and 4 rebounds for the Orlando Magic. And now let's move on to the 17th pick in the NBA Draft. With the 17th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a 6'6" guard coming out of Virginia Tech. Right now, the 24-year-old guard is currently playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and his stats are currently 6, 1, and 2. And now, we'll move on to the 16th pick in the NBA Draft. With the 16th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Chuma Okeke, a 6'8" forward out of Auburn. Right now, the 24-year-old is still currently playing for the Orlando Magic, and this season his stats are 5, 3, and 1. And now we move on to the 15th pick in the 2019 Draft. With the 15th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Sekou Ndoumboye, a 6'9" pro French player. Right now, the 6'9" 22-year-old is playing for the Delaware Blue Coats. And now we move on to the 14th pick. With the 14th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Boston Celtics select Romeo Langford, a 6'4" guard out of Indiana University. Right now, the 23-year-old is currently playing for the San Antonio Spurs. And this season, he's having one of his best seasons of his career. Right now, he's averaging 7 points and 2 rebounds. Pretty solid. But now let's move on to the 13th pick in the 2019 Draft. With the 13th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is currently one of the key pieces for the Miami Heat franchise. This year, he's putting up 25 and 4. And now we move on to the 12th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft. With the 12th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select PJ Washington. PJ is still currently playing for the Hornets, and this year he averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And now we move on to the 11th pick. With the 11th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Cameron Johnson, who they later traded to the Phoenix Suns. Cam Johnson is currently playing for the Brooklyn Nets, and this year he's averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, and assists a game. And here we are, top 10 picks. With the 10th pick in 2019 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is currently on the Portland Trail Blazers, and this season he's averaging 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists for them. And now we'll move on to the 9th pick. With the 9th pick in 2019 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Roy Hachimura. Right now, Roy Hachimura is currently on the Lakers, and this season he averaged 10 and 5 for them. Now we move on to the 8th pick in the draft. With the 8th pick in 2019 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Jackson Hayes, who they were later traded on to the New Orleans Pelicans. Currently, Hayes still plays for the Pelicans, and this year he's averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds. And now we'll move to the 7th pick. With the 7th pick in 2019 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Kobe White. White is still currently playing for the Bulls, and this year he's averaging 8 points, 2 and 2. And now we'll move on to number 6. With the 6th pick in 2019 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Jarrett Culver. Well, the Suns select, because on this night he was drafted by the Suns, but he was traded to the Timberwolves. Right now, Jarrett Culver is currently in the G League, and he's currently playing for the Vipers. And now, here we go. We're going to the top 5 picks of the 2019 NBA Draft. With the 5th pick of the 2019 NBA Draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Darius Garland, the best player in this draft class. Darius Garland is currently still on the Cavaliers, and this year he's averaging 22 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. And he's currently regarded as one of the best point guards in basketball today. So now let's move on to the 4th pick. With the 4th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select DeAndre Hunter, who will later get sent to the Pelicans and then later sent to the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter is currently a key piece for the Atlanta Hawks, and right now he's putting up 15 and 4 for them. And now we move on to the 3rd pick. With the 3rd pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is currently a key part of what the Knicks have going on right now, it being a big reason why the Knicks are winning game this season. This season, RJ Barrett is averaging 19 points and 5 rebounds for the New York Knicks. And now we move on to the second pick in the NBA draft. With the second pick in 2019 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Ja Morant. There is so much I can say about Ja Morant, but right now Ja Morant is one of the top players in the NBA today. But I don't really think he want to be in the NBA for too long. That's neither here or there. Let's get to the first pick. With the first pick in the 2019 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Zion Williamson. Zion is a player we don't get to see much because he always out with injury. But from what we have seen, it looks like Zion is going to be one of the best players in the NBA. But that's just only if he stays healthy. So in total, this is really one of the greatest draft classes of all time. There really aren't many busts in this draft class, if any. But that's all I got for this video. I'm out.